Hey friends, it's your boy Erik, Bledsoe. I've been hanging out with my friends Bob and Shan Burkhardt a lot lately because their sons are part of the UAB football program, University of Alabama at Birmingham. Go Blazers, right? And so we have a long-standing friendship, and I was able to be a part of their daughter Hallie's wedding. Hallie and Ethan, love you guys. And so Braden is a coach at UAB, one of the coaching staff, and Reese is a kicker. And so Henry and I were at the University of Alabama game, Birmingham game versus Western Kentucky last weekend. And Bob said the most profound thing, and I thought it would be helpful to you. Blew my mind. He said the Western Kentucky team, the opponent, missed a field goal. And when that kid missed, Bob went, oh man, I hate that for him. And even more for his dad. And I just turned around and kind of was like, Bob, you okay? He's like, no, I'm for real. He goes, now that my son is a kicker, every time he gets up, he goes, the amount of anxiety and like nerves that are involved for me and for him, he goes, when he misses, it is so hard on the family. Fortunately, Reese is not in the habit of missing. He said, but he goes, I will never feel the same about the game. He said, I used to cheer on the failure of the opponent, like hope they missed a kick and all this sort of thing. And he goes, but now that my son is out there and it's my friends whose sons are out there, I know the pain that's involved when it comes to failure and to these difficult moments. He goes, I'll never feel the same about the game again. I just saw, and I told him, I said, Bob, that is the most profound picture of empathy and compassion that I've heard in recent days. And friends, I thought that might be helpful for you. We ought to be very careful, the scripture says, not to judge or impose sentence on other people, because you just don't know what they're going through until you have gone through it. It occurs to me so many times. My mother passed away this past like 15 months ago, and it's unbelievable the difference in the response from people who want to be encouraging but have never walked this journey, and the people who have walked the journey and want to be encouraging. The kinds of comments, the gentleness, or the wisdom and the insight I get from the crowd who've gone through it is completely different than the kind of brash coffee cup scriptures or general sense of encouragement I get from people who never have. They want to be helpful, and I don't put that down. I'm just saying the kind of loving care that comes from people who have actually suffered through the same thing is totally different. And in the same way, as Bob is pointing out, now that his son has actually gone through these same struggles and he's a part of that struggle, the kind of harshness or brevity or maybe candor that he felt with the situation has totally been removed. And now he sees it actually with a totally different lens. Friends, man, I hope that's helpful for you. We've got to be gentle with each other. We have to be loving and compassionate, slow to anger, rich in mercy, right, and good to all of God's people, whether they call themselves by the name of Christ or not, because you just don't know what they're going through. And it might be your heart of compassion for them that is actually the thing that makes it possible for them to access the gospel, because it seems like good news under our care. I love you. I'm for you. I'm not saying you got to cheer on the opponent's team, but we got to be careful how we handle those moments, right? What a gift we have to be able to minister grace to those who are going through a tight spot. Let's be generous, slow to anger, not casting judgment on them, but with a heart of compassion and empathy, demonstrate the love of Christ. I love you, friends. I'm for you. Let's go. Dig deep, build on Christ, take the hill, change the world. We'll see you soon. Bye.